Monitor reflection of my glasses. Nah, whatever, I got glasses. I need this to see. It definitely has become a low-hanging fruit to say that social media has ruined whatever, and is even like more unoriginal to say social media has ruined photography. As of now, I mainly do photography as a creative outlet, and I love just going out to shoot, take photos, come back, edit the photos. Like, that's just my favorite thing. And sometimes I put my photos on Instagram just for somewhere to put them instead of sit on my hard drive not doing anything. Just kind of put it out there for people to see, or for when I show people or something like that. And I think social media is great for photography. In some ways, I've been able to see so many different photographers and so many different great photos and photographers and even videographers, which got me into a little bit of videography myself. Definitely seen so much like great photography and videography has made me just a better photographer simply by looking at good like really good photographers and really good photos. Kind of helped me shape my style, shape my whatever. However, with so much photography content and just photos in general, it could definitely get stale and saturated with how many like good photos you see out there and how many talented photographers are there. Is that a really bad thing? I really don't know. I really don't care. But it does kind of make it lose its feeling when you see so many good photos and crazy photos. There's always that one or two that like kind of blow you away, but you definitely see so much good quality and so much bangers, I guess. It definitely loses its magic and loses its feeling. But Instagram and photography have always kind of just been hand in hand, like ever since Instagram kind of was the photographer's social media, and basically still is, but with the massive push for like Instagram Reels and like the short form content, it definitely has changed the way photographers are on Instagram and basically all on other social media. So it definitely has affected photography itself, and I guess the art of photography. Reels have been a great outlet for videographers and videography itself, and even for just the art of that. You know, you see so many like great short films, I guess, but very great, well-produced, like 15-second videos that just look amazing. And I mean, that's kind of what got me into videography, and really love doing that. And it gives me a nice outlet to just put that videography stuff somewhere. Instead of making like a 4-minute short film, I can just go in and maybe do like 15 seconds, just a couple shots, and it just works for that platform. It's very easy. Recently, as a photographer, I felt it doesn't really work in the short form platforms. Now, obviously, there is still photography content on Instagram. I mean, I've posted some myself. It definitely has turned into some kind of like ADHD content with like quick title, 50 photos moving in like Mach 1. You barely get to like see it for like 2 seconds. Like, you can process what the picture is. You can't sit down and like really analyze and process and appreciate the photos, because, you know, from looking from like 1 second and then another photo comes up there in another second, and then to even look at that other photo, you gotta like pause it, and there's no way you can pause it. It's too fast. They're moving in on like literally Mach 1 speed, and it's always added with some popular song that like you're so sick of hearing. You hear it all the time, every time you scroll, and it becomes so damn annoying. There's always some like text that starts saying like, oh, you're 16, there's no way you're a good photographer. The guy's probably like 25, so something like that. I mean, if you're going for growth on social media, it's a great outlet and a great opportunity to do so. You just put a bunch of your photos on in a short video, and you get so many eyes and views on just your profile and your photos, even if it is for a brief second. But like, what about the art of photography and the creativeness and basically the art itself? I feel like a lot of people who watch these reels or short form videos of these photographers are just fans of good photos and not really fans of the actual art that you're putting out, or really the fan of 1 photo, 2 photo, 3 photos. It's just they're a fan of the good photos, or the 10 good photos that you put up like super fast. Definitely doesn't really give you a chance to appreciate each and every one of the art that you created or the photos. It's just 10 of them at once that are all good, and they're happy and they're satisfied, I guess, looking at the good photo, but not really appreciating the art that you created. Like, unlike on Instagram where you just have your static post, you can post the photo and, you know, you see it scrolling through your home feed. You actually get to sit there and appreciate the art. Maybe you have a carousel and you look through a couple in the set, but you can really sit there, really appreciate the art, looking at the editing style, the colors, the composition. But Does that really matter? I mean, probably not. But I don't know if everyone, or even photographers for that matter, sit down and look at photos that they really like I do. Like I sit down, stare at the photo on my phone and really break down and really try to appreciate that art or that photo that I really like. I don't know if people really stare down like I do with like a double Big Mac from Wendy's. Double Big Mac from Wendy's. Double Baconator from Wendy's. Fuck. Make me hungry now. Does this really all matter? I mean, probably not. Art is art for the sake of being art. There isn't always a monetary or growth incentive for putting your art on social media. And there's not always an incentive for putting your photography on social media. And the people who will appreciate and enjoy it will appreciate and enjoy it, and the people who don't just don't. Simple as that, really. For me, I've always appreciated the art of photography, whether it is on social media or it is not. Like, for example, one of my favorite photographers is Liam Wong, and I actually bought his book, Liam Wong's Tokyo, and this is basically just a bunch of photos of him in the nighttime of Tokyo, and his photos are just amazing, and his editing style is so unique, abstract, but it just works with his style. His style has definitely shaped the way I edit and even the way I take photos. If you're a street photographer also and you're looking for like a really, really good photo book to analyze, I highly recommend Liam Wong's Tokyo. It's just one of the best, and it definitely made me fall in love with like that type of photography and just like street photography in general. I can't tell you how many times I just sit, open the book and go through it looking like deeply at each photo and just really taking in like his talent, his way of editing, and you know, he kind of explains why he took it. It's kind of life around photography, and it's just great. It just adds to the photo that much more. And even that itself has like made me appreciate more the art of photography than for monetary gain or for growth. But what about like monetary gain? What if people want to grow and actually make money from photography? Has social media ruined that? And this kind of brings me to my next point of car photography, and specifically social media car photography, like mainly on Instagram basically. And of course, photographers have found a way to monetize their skills and their content with so much growth on social media. It's so much easier to book calls as a freelancer and just kind of get your brand and get your name and your skills out there. It's definitely one of the best tools to just kind of start getting work as a freelance photographer, whichever your niche may be. And honestly, this is how I made my money as a photographer when I would more focus on freelance. I did some odd jobs here and there, but I really mainly stuck to car photography for a bit. I liked it, I enjoyed it. You know, cars are a very easy thing to shoot, but something you could really put your own style into and make it very creative, and I loved it. It was great. I'd say maybe this past year and last year, car photography have like blown up significantly everywhere. I see it all over my social media. I see so many new photographers coming up, and big names as well have just grown from the platform itself just from doing car photography. A lot of these photos are really good. People put a lot of creative ideas into their car photography and make a simple photo of a car just look like amazing. But it got me thinking, with so many like Instagram and social media car photographers around the world, how many of them actually get picked up from car companies to do shoots and whatnot, like actually the car manufacturers, not like a detailing shop or someone who owns a car and they need photos for their social media, like an actual car building, like Legos. And the only ones I can really think of at the moment are North Borders and The Car Creative, but their main platform is mainly YouTube. Kind of their main priorities seem to be more on YouTube. And when they do those big promotions for different car brands, it is on YouTube. And then they just use Instagram to just funnel people from the Instagram to the YouTube to watch their video. As much have I seen a lot of car photography content, I haven't seen much direct car work from these photographers on social media, like direct work from a specific big car brand, even though like their photos are really good. But that idea kind of got me thinking, why aren't these people getting picked up by these car brands? And I was thinking from the perspective of like these car companies, they're probably so happy that all this free promotion and free marketing is going on. There are people just going out, taking photos of their cars and posting it for hundreds and thousands and probably even millions of people to see of their stuff. And these car companies do not need to spend a dime on this marketing or even social media marketing. Literally, it's free, amazing content getting put out there, and it's creating such exposure for these car brands, making it look super nice. So all literally for free. It's amazing free promotion for them. So maybe in their eyes, they don't need to spend a lot of money on specifically marketing their brands when literally hundreds of thousands of people are doing it for them. Maybe even better than they could ever do. So maybe it makes sense. A lot of photographers and videographers aren't getting really picked up that much by these big car brands. Yeah, there's a lot of work done for dealerships, but I'm talking about like the big top of the line main industry kind of heads of car companies. But then again, maybe they are getting picked up and I just happen to not see it. Or maybe people who are more focused on growing on social media, and then there are people who are more focused of actually getting work done for these car companies, so you don't really see it on the social media. But who knows? I wonder if this is actually the case with car companies, that they don't actually work with these photographers because there are already hundreds and thousands of photographers doing great work just to promote their cars for free. So to be honest, has social media ruined photography? I mean, probably not, to be honest. I love the process of photography, and I will always sit down and look and really appreciate photography as an art and artistic photos, I guess. It really doesn't matter to me whether or not the photos are on social media or they're not, or in some kind of book. I'm always gonna appreciate good photography and photography I like, social media or not. In my opinion, who cares with social media ruins it or not? I'm still always gonna love photography for what it is, and I'm always gonna love the art for myself, basically. Honestly though, I want to hear what you guys have to think about social media. Maybe there's like a point I missed, but I want to hear what you guys have to say about, is social media ruining photography? Is it not? Does it really matter? Does it have its place? Does it not? What other photographers think, or people who are not photographers and look at this kind of stuff. So I definitely really want to hear your opinion. That's it for today, guys, but it's definitely a different video. I just had this idea in my head and some points in my head I'd love to bring out to you guys and see what you guys think. It's definitely a different kind of video. I'm usually doing the POV. That's my second video I really sat down and just like talked to the camera about a topic. But if you guys like this kind of style, definitely let me know below. Make sure to like, subscribe if you guys want, and see you guys later. I don't know how to outro.